Hello, and welcome to another broadcast, another segment of our On Purpose podcast. We're so excited that you are sitting with us. So, before you do anything else, remember to subscribe and to send a link to a friend, a coworker, a loved one. Remember, we share what we love. And so, I'm excited. Again, I am Thawana, your host, and this is On Purpose. So, I'm so excited. I say that all the time, but I really am. I have back with me my amazing twin sister, Shawana Felton. You guys give her some virtual applause. Go ahead, give her some virtual applause. So, it's been a while.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm great.
You're good?
Excited to be back with you.
I know, but it feels like just talking on the phone, FaceTime.
It does. That's what I love about it.
Yeah.
It's just the two of us.
It's just the two of us. So you guys just kind of get a peek into what we do all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what do you have going on right now? I know you have Mama's Love Bakery, you have She. So tell us a little bit about either one of those and what's exciting, what's happening with either one of them.
They're both very busy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really excited for the doors that God is opening.
Yeah.
And the favors that we are experiencing with both.
Mm-hmm.
So the bakery is doing pop-ups every other weekend on Main Street here in Leesburg, and so that's exciting. Have some other events coming up that I don't want to release yet, but some really big events that is just a door that God just swung open.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about that. That'll be something in March, and I'll talk about it. It's a corporate private event, so it won't be a public event. But I do want to talk about it because it's amazing favor.
Wow.
And so She's Sisters Helping Encourage in the process of rebranding.
So if no one, we don't really have to explain Mama's Love Bakery a whole lot because you can tell those are some amazing sweet treats.
Yeah.
But if someone has not, and I don't know why, went back to view when we have done podcasts in the past, explain She and the purpose and the mission and what those ladies do. Explain a little bit about that.
Sure. So She is Sisters Helping Encourage, like you said, and it is a community of women of faith. And I like to point that out because we all need a community that we can find support, help, encouragement, and empowerment from. And so She is a group of ladies of faith that come together once a month, first Monday night at 7 p.m. On a Zoom. And so the Zoom is always a conversation that is just practical but helpful to us. And so it's an open conversation, and we just have our moments of sharing, pouring, crying, laughing, praying. And so it's amazing. So, like I said, just in the process of rebranding. So I just launched the new logo,
which looks amazing.
I wanted something that really identified what She was all about, and that is women of faith that have a touch of class.
And when I saw it, classy.
Yeah.
Just classy, like you would want to be associated with this brand, this platform. No, you nailed it.
Yeah, so that's what I was looking for. So, and getting ready for the Mother's Day brunch.
Tell us about it.
Okay, so the Mother's Day brunch, we are on year number 3. Can you believe that?
I know.
Year number 3, and so the Mother's Day brunch happens every year the weekend before Mother's Day.
Yes.
And so it's a location that's new to us. It's bigger. It's a new location. And so it's going to be super amazing. There are some other things that are going to happen in this one that we've not done before. So,
because I've never missed one, so
you've never missed one.
This will be exciting. Even I don't even know. I know we're twins and we
Yes.
talk all the time, but I don't know yet what it is. I probably will sooner than you.
You
but
will.
Right now, I don't know what it is.
You will. So I'm super excited. A lot
Yay.
of moving parts, more than what we've had before. So it's going to be awesome, and I look forward to releasing all of that.
Right.
But, the tickets will probably be available right either at the end of the month or the very 1st of February.
Yes.
We want you to be able to get your tickets early because we always sell out. But this year we were able to secure a larger venue. So
Yay.
the hope is that we're going to fill it with double the ladies that we have had in the
Yay.
past.
So listen, if you're a local, you don't want to miss this. It is an amazing event. Even though I'm her twin sister, I go to this event and I don't always know all the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a nice way to meet new people.
Yeah.
But what I love about the She Call once a month is it's not just because it's a Zoom. Ladies are on there from everywhere.
Yeah, we have ladies from other states that are
Yeah.
on. Ladies that we've never met. Ladies I have never met.
I'm telling you, like it's really cool. Like I enjoy it. I look forward to it. It is some Shawana certainly wants us all to engage.
Absolutely.
And not just be present on the call. And some of us have a little bit more to say than others.
Yeah.
But again, that's personality.
Mm-hmm.
But it is an amazing ministry and a place for ladies to be able to peel back some layers.
Yeah.
And to get support from their She sisters.
Right, and it's a safe space.
It is.
It is a safe space.
It is.
There's no judging. No one looks down on anyone.
Right.
We just try to see how we can pour into each other.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's a Zoom, because we want it to be safe. But it's a community of women of faith.
I love it. So if you have not participated, you can connect with Shawana through my Facebook page, or you can message me or whatever. But amazing.
Yes.
So I am twin proud of you.
Oh.
I am twin proud of you. So yeah. So again, this is Shawana, and we're here to chat it up about something we've kind of played with it a little bit before, but not a whole segment.
Right.
And this segment is about focusing on the gift.
Focusing on the gift. I love it.
Focusing on the gift, because your gift can be your spiritual gift that your local church benefits from your gift, or you serve using that gift. But I'm kind of really here to talk more about those hidden gifts and talents that we have, that we don't really see them as a gift, and we don't really see them as something that would make somebody else's life better.
Exactly.
I know when I get some of Mama's Love Bakery, it makes my life better. It makes my life better. So let's talk about that a little bit. Because you've heard her talk about the two businesses that she has. And what I want people to get from this is effort, time, energy.
Absolutely.
That you must put forth. Because again, if you don't have skin in your own game, you can't expect anyone else to invest. And I believe I've said that before. So it certainly is worth saying it again.
Yes.
So Shawana, let's talk a little bit about what it looks like to focus on the gift.
Sure.
What does it look like when a person realizes, oh, well, yeah, like I love writing. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, like I love event planning, or I love being a grant writer. Like I love all things about the homeless or veterans or whatever, what does a person need to do when they realize that there is something that they love doing? Like, what is the next simple step for them?
Sure. When you were talking, I thought about something. I think sometimes the mistake we make when we are trying to operate in a gift or a talent is we recognize it, but then we try to look at how we can make financial gain off of it.
Right.
And sometimes you can miss opportunities for something that you're just gifted for, but it's not necessarily an entrepreneurial endeavor.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we try to sometimes turn everything into a business.
We try to monetize.
And so I think it's important once you recognize what it is, be comfortable, right, with how God has purposed you to walk in that. Some people are great encouragers.
Yeah.
You know, some people are great supporters.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, some people are great listeners. You know, some people are great pushers.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
When I name all of those things, I think about our community of friends that you and I share. And I think I literally just named each one of them.
I think you did.
Right?
Yeah.
It's their gift.
Yeah.
And it is what they flow in effortlessly. And I think that's important. So I think it's important to recognize it and look at how you can use your gift that benefits more than you.
Yeah, because it's so true. Like when a few segments back, I interviewed Fred Griffin.
Yes.
And
amazing episode.
Yes, and we talked about how he serves in the community. Like, I cannot find a community event that Fred Griffin is not present in.
Exactly.
But then he talked a little bit about where that came from and he connected it with a school teacher asking him to do something when he was younger. But I think what people have to realize is that when you have one of those 4 gifts that are not, you know, gifts that you're probably going to make money off of, but they will certainly make somebody's life
so much
better.
Yes.
Moment better.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think if people sit back and look at their lives and say, oh, wow, like I am that kind of person that when my friends say that they're going to do whatever, like I'm going to show up for them. Like not a lot of people have that gift. No. Some people will say, oh, I can do that, or oh, I'm so proud of you, I'm so excited for you, but never show up for you.
Exactly. And they don't mean any harm.
No.
It's just not them.
Yeah.
You know, but they may be the person that's praying for you.
Yeah.
They may be the person that will text you in a moment when you're trying to figure out what to do and how to do it. And you may get a text from them, hey, you crossed my mind today.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about you. And I know when I get those types of text messages, they are always spot on.
Always.
In that moment.
Yeah.
And to me, that means more than probably someone standing in front of me saying, you can do this, you got this. Because it just means that I'm not physically present with the person, but they carry me enough and they value me enough that they're open to me coming across their mind.
And you know what? I think that's such a little thing. I have that little way about myself, and this is not bragging on myself, but I am such a random texter. And I don't mean random in a bad way, but if someone runs across my mind more than a couple of times, to me, that is me needing to check in.
Absolutely.
Hey, you're in my thoughts today. How's it going? And it's sometimes it is not about that they responded with a long response. Sometimes some people are just so, I don't know, some people are just so humble. They know they needed it at the time, but they just send a heart or, hey, I'm doing good or whatever. So don't discount having that type of gift.
Exactly.
You know, do not, like, we share a long family friend, Lawanda Rawls,
Yes.
and she is that person.
She is.
And she is, I don't mean to, I know you're probably going to watch this, but she is such a caring person.
Absolutely.
That will just check on you for no reason whatsoever, and it's always going to end with an I love you.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's a gift that she has.
Exactly.
And it's typically she may have something else that she's dealing with in the moment, but she is that person that you're not gonna go weeks without hearing from her.
Absolutely.
And so that's a gift. And so this is about not making sure that you don't just blow away those personality traits and gifts that you have, because somebody somewhere
is depending on it.
Yeah. It's just like your smile.
Right.
Like somebody's depending on your smile. Somebody's depending on your hug. Somebody's depending on you just popping in the office saying, hey, how are you, or whatever. So don't downplay that. Gifts and talents are not always something, like you said, you can make money off of. But there are some that you can.
Right.
So let's talk about those a little bit, Shawana, when it comes to something that you love to do. I think we talked once a while ago about photography and where my love for that came from. It came from our mom. Like, she took a picture of us every time we moved, every time we blinked. And so I wanted to leave my kids with that same treasure, that same, just endless photos. And so I didn't set out to do that to make money.
Right.
But when, I can't remember who it was that, said to me, like, wow, like, this is something that you could really not quit my job over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about that when we talk.
Hold that thought.
So put a pin there. We're going to talk about that. But I was able to do really well with it. And it's not that I don't do it anymore, but sometimes you have to understand when your life shifts.
Absolutely.
And things happen, and you got to be very fluid, and you got to not be afraid to shift. It doesn't mean that you walk away from it, but it just means, and can you have more than one talent? Gift?
Absolutely.
You can.
Absolutely.
You can. So talk about that, because some people get stuck on, okay, this is what I enjoy doing, and so this is all I'm going to focus on. And I think sometimes they silence those other gifts and talents that they may have. So talk about that a little bit, about being able, well, gosh, look at you, like you're juggling them both.
Right. I think a person can be multi-talented, multi-gifted. I think it's important to understand the order of dominance.
That's good.
It's important to understand the order of dominance. And when you understand the order of dominance, you understand the necessity for the investment in that order.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Now, if it's something you monetize, then you definitely want to always look for opportunities to grow, collaborate, network.
Yes.
And just study, right? I don't know if I shared this the last time we were together, but I remember when I started out with the bakery, right? I work a full-time job along with other things, and I just thought to myself, when am I going to get the opportunity to test stuff? Or when am I going to get the opportunity to bake stuff if I have orders through the week? Right? And I was watching some podcast. I can't remember her name, but I follow her, and she was talking about this very thing. And she said, you're asking yourself, where are you going to get the time from with this new business that you started while you're still working full-time? And she said, take it from your sleep. She said, take it from your sleep. And when she said that, I just thought to myself, that just means I'm not going to get 8 hours of sleep anymore.
Yeah.
But it was the best decision that I made, because in that moment, I decided I did not need 8 hours of sleep.
Right.
If I had to stay up to 1 o'clock in the morning getting an order prepared, it's like, for me, it's like pay now or pay later. And so I can either stay up late tonight or I can get up extra early in the morning. When you figure out where you function best in the day, it's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
And so she said, take it from your sleep.
Y'all take it from your sleep.
Take it from your sleep. You're
You're-
trying to get 8 hours of sleep and start a new business, and it's just not going to happen. Not if you're still committed to a full-time job.
Right.
And most of the time, like she said, even when we see the opportunity to monetize something, that we shouldn't rush off of a full-time job.
Don't you turn in your resignation.
You got to do double duty.
You gotta do.
You got to.
But listen.
Yeah.
While we're on that, I learned from following. I don't know who it was I was watching, and they talked about that you should never invest more in somebody else's dream more than your own.
That's good.
So I'm talking about your job, okay? Right. If you can go and give them 8 hours a day of committed, dedicated work, you really owe yourself a good 9 hours of dedicated work. Now, is that possible every day? No, it's not. But can you do simple things like I know you talk about all the time, and it's so funny. Before Shawana really took this Mama's Love Bakery to the next level, like Shawana was phone accessible all the time. Listen, you guys have seen Imani on here. She's my niece. She was Shawana's daughter. Imani has put you on a schedule, honey.
Yes. And
she holds you to it.
Yes.
And if you try to call Shawana and she is committed to her customers, her orders, like you'll catch her later.
Yes,
okay?
much later. Maybe the next day.
Maybe the next day. And it is absolutely okay.
Yeah.
But that is real commitment. Yes. But again, you should, and I'm not telling you to go to work tomorrow and be lazy, but I am telling you, you go to work, you do your job, but your baby is at home or wherever. And if you don't invest in it, you can't expect anyone else to invest, because investors want to know what you got, what you bringing before they bring something. And if you're not bringing anything and people don't see you moving about and people don't see you collaborating and connecting with the community or whatever, people just don't want to invest in something like that.
Right, because they don't see depth.
Yeah, they don't. And you have to be the first investor.
Right.
Whether that is time, sometimes it's money.
Very much so.
It is, oh my gosh, when I look at us in this whole podcast platform, this is, oh my God, this did not happen overnight. And with all of this, and y'all can't see all of this,
right?
But it's a lot of all of this, and there was a lot of investing financially,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But if we ever want to do something on a greater level, investors need to see that we have been committed for however long or whatever. So you have to be willing to invest the time. And if you're not going to invest the time, it's never going to grow.
Right, exactly. And that's why, even with the bakery, when I'm doing test baking, that's why I post about it, because I want my viewers to see that I don't just pop up and bake something and sell it to somebody. You call me and you say, oh, I want to... I want an Oreo cookie cake. If I've never made an Oreo cookie cake, I'm going to test bake. I'm going to invest into the ingredients.
Tester.
Yes, and this is one of my main testers. So I'm going to make that investment.
Yeah.
If it requires a special type of equipment or a special type of pan, I'm going to invest into that. item and I'm going to test it out before I sell you something that was just made for the first time. And I want my customers to see that.
Yeah.
So,
That's so powerful.
no, that's important to me because I want them to see that I think enough of what I'm doing that before I sell them something, I've tested it, I've tasted it, I've allowed other people to test it and taste it. Now everybody's taste is different.
Yeah.
But that's important for me. If it's a special type of item, I'm going to make sure I'm clear on what exactly you want in it.
No, she's really right. Like when she gets a new piece of equipment, like she's so excited.
It can be a pan.
But you know what? That's investment to make what you do probably more efficient.
Exactly.
Quicker. Like Shawana is not dumping a box of Duncan Hines in a mixer,
Not happening.
calling it a cake. No,
Right.
she is really doing the work. And it is a joy to be a tester.
I have them lined up.
Honey, it's a joy. Let me
I
tell
have
you
them lined
something.
up.
It's a real joy.
Yeah.
So just remember, if you take nothing else from this, invest.
Invest.
Do research.
Right.
Okay.
Education.
Education, connect. Don't be afraid to reach out to other people
Absolutely.
that are doing whatever you want to do.
Ask them questions.
Ask them questions. Very rarely will someone blow you off and not, because first of all, what you're saying to them is, I've been watching you.
Right.
And I like what you do well enough that I would want to
Exactly.
come to you.
Right.
And ask for your advice. Ask if
Right.
I can, if you will mentor me. Ask if you will give me any, helpful information or whatever. So you're not going to go anywhere with whatever it is you want to do by being on an island by yourself.
Right. And if someone comes to you, I just have to say this. Don't be a gatekeeper.
Uh-oh.
Shame on you.
Uh-oh.
If someone helped you, someone invested in you,
Yeah.
someone gave you information and gave you guidance, don't be a gatekeeper. Like, don't be a gatekeeper. That is sometimes the thing that you hear from people the most. And I get random inbox messages from people. Miss Shawana, I want to make a pound cake. I don't know how to do it. Well, they obviously don't want to place an order from me, and that's fine.
That's okay.
But I'll tell you how to make one.
Yeah.
I'll give you some tips. I'm not going to gatekeep.
Yeah.
Because I started baking because I was tired of placing orders with people, and I knew I had the time.
And probably not enjoying what you were purchasing.
Exactly. So listen, y'all, like, lean into this camera, y'all. Stop being gatekeepers. Stop being gatekeepers, because at the end of the day, someone helped you, right? And listen, we live in an information age. So if you don't you don't give somebody your little recipe,
They'll get it.
they will find something similar or better.
Yeah.
Don't be a gatekeeper. Somebody
Stop
ask you,
it.
Miss Shawana, where'd you get that square pan from? Here's the link, honey. Like, why,
Yeah.
especially with other bakers. Other bakers can tell you, I will share in a heartbeat. Miss Shawana, I'm trying to transport, a 2-tier cake, and I don't know how I can transport it and keep it safe and keep it cool. I will tell you everything I know. And if I don't know it, I'll help you to research it. So let's stop being gatekeepers. That's so not nice.
It's not nice, and it's
Right.
true. Somebody else helped you, and if they did not, and you figured it out, but wherever you got the information from, it was somebody else's
Absolutely.
in the first place. And
Share.
Yeah, I love that. So, so we're gonna wrap in a minute, but I have one request. I need your help on making homemade biscuits.
Oh, absolutely. I tell you what, let's
Can
just
you?
do this. Why don't we do, I promise some other bakers, not bakers, they're just moms that just want to bake at home. I promised them that we would do a live one day and bake a cake. So why don't I will schedule a live to bake a pound cake. That was something that I was asked. And then we'll schedule a live to bake some homemade biscuits.
Y'all, look at that.
Let's do it.
I love it. I was just telling my husband the other night, I want to make homemade biscuits, but
Easy.
I don't know how. Okay,
Easy.
we got
I
this.
will share the recipe with you after this, and I guarantee you'll make them before I get to the live.
Okay. Like,
easy peasy.
Okay, I love it. Okay, Shawana, we're gonna wrap. So I want you to share something that is impactful, that if a person is listening and they feel like they have a gift or a talent that would make somebody else's life better or make their own life better, what would you say to them about how to begin cultivating, loving, and shaping on that thing?
Sure. First of all, if it makes you feel good about yourself and no one will pay you to do it, right? And it involves someone else, you're probably gifted to do that.
Wow.
Right? And so don't draw back on that, right? Don't find that it's not that big or it's not that important, it's not that significant. You may be an encourager, right? And if you're an encourager, somebody needs to be encouraged. You may be a supporter, right? And you may be that person that everybody looks up and they see at an event, right? You may be an intercessor, someone that knows how to pray for people without telling them I'm praying for you and you were on my mind. Listen, you're graced for it. Wow. It's your gift, it's your calling. It's that thing that you can do if somebody taps you in the middle of the night and you don't have to wake up, wash your face, and brush your teeth, right? It's your gift, it's your grace, right? Embrace it, see how you can nurture it, but more than anything, this is the last thing I'll say, guard it and be a protector of it.
Wow. Wow. I love that. I absolutely love that. So I will say to one of my number one viewers before I leave, Auntie Linda is grace to hug and kiss Thawana. Nobody but Thawana. She is grace for that. And it means so much. It feels like the first one every time she does it.
Yeah.
So listen, don't discount what you have been graced to do. And remember, Shawana said, don't be a gatekeeper.
Don't be a gatekeeper.
Don't be, it's not cute, y'all. Okay?
Not nice.
So, again, as we wrap this, I thank you so much for sitting. And, of course,
my pleasure.
You guys know Shawana will always be back. We'll sprinkle her in anytime we can pull her out of the kitchen and away from she. But, again, remember, I am Thawana. This is On Purpose. And thank you so much for joining. And have an amazing life and live your life to the fullest. Love those that love on you, and those that do not, keep loving them.
Anyway.
Okay, anyway. And remember, whatever you do, do it on purpose.